Merced.
So what do the Elks do?
So the Elks, it's a national organization, and basically what they do, we're a fraternal organization, and we've mostly focused on veterans and special needs kids. That's kind of been the goals and focus of the Elks Lodges. So that being said, the Elks is a national organization. It kind of works like the government, city, county kind of thing. So we're the Merced Elks Lodge. We're part of the Central District. There's 10 lodges in our district. We're the most southern lodge. It goes north from here, Modesto, Stockton, Livermore. And then that district is part of the California-Hawaii Association. So that's like our state association. And then there's different ones, and all those belong to the what they call the Grand Lodge. So we raise money, we have dues, and we raise money, and we use some of it here in our lodge to keep our lodge going and to make our charitable donations. But then we also pass some of the money up to the other organizations because they also have a different goals and schedules that they do to help kids. So,
Wow.
Right on. So like mentioned before, this is episode number 31, and we have Jim Pacheco. Jim, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do at the Elks Lodge.
Okay. Well, my name is Jim Pacheco. I'm a lifelong member of Merced County. I've been a 36-year member of the lodge. Right now, I'm the Exalted Ruler, and I got a little explanation of all the officers.
No
but
problem.
anyway, I'm the Exalted Ruler, and I've been a member for 36 years. But I just started going through the chairs about 4 years ago. And basically, what the chairs do is kind of run our lodge. I'm retired from the Merced County Sheriff's Department. I'm currently on the Board of Supervisors. So I've been part of the community. I've been on a lot of committees, and I like to just give back to the community.
Awesome.
And the Elks does that, so it helps me achieve that.
Awesome. Yeah, so just to give you a little background of myself is my grandfather was an Elk in the Madera chapter, and a lot of my memories actually do come from the Elks Lodge in Madera. So like we would go for Father's Day, we'd go for Mother's Day. A lot of it was out on the lake. There was beer gardens and all this other stuff, and I just like my best memories have actually been with the Elks. And the last team that I played for city baseball was actually sponsored by the Elks. So I have a lot of roots with the Elks. I'm also an Elk member myself. I'm going on year number 2 for myself. So yeah, I was super excited when we got Jim Pacheco on the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Michelle put this on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michelle. She's the one that helped put this one on for us. So.
And actually, my wife and I have 4 children. She just recently joined the Elks Lodge.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of cool, so we can kind of share in the different things.
Yeah.
And if she wants to enjoy the lodge herself, she can come and do it on her own. Out of our 4 kids, 3 of them are Elks. We have one that lives in Arizona, and she's in the process of maybe joining. But we have 3 kids that are here, adult kids that are members of our lodge. So that makes it kind of fun, too, because they can share all our experience. So.
Yeah, my wife has been telling me we need to go to the Elks on Friday night so we can get that prime rib dinner. She's a big fan of prime rib and all kinds of steaks and stuff like that.
I tell you, our Friday night dinners, that's one of our big events that we have, and I put it up against any restaurant up in town.
I back that.
Yeah.
I back that because
I need to come on a Friday.
Yeah, the food is amazing. I love going there for lunch. Monday through Thursday, go there for lunch. It's very inexpensive, very, very good. I think their most popular dish for lunch is the Swiss burger. Yeah, which is really really good. That Swiss burger is so good. Yeah, we actually had lunch there one time.
We've had lunch there together.
Yeah,
and then we host
the association dinner.
Dinner too. There as well.
And that's the other good thing about the Elks that we have. As a member, we have a banquet room downstairs that we rent out to anybody in the public. But as an Elks member, you can get a discount on it. And they have birthdays, weddings, any kind of event you want. Comes with a bartender, so it's really nice to have that in our community. And it's very well used, not only by our Elks members, but a lot of organizations.
Yeah, and how much is it to rent that spot?
I'm not exactly sure, and it kind of depends on, because you can rent it, like I said, with the bar, you can rent it with dinner, you can bring your own dinner. I think it's between $500 and $1,000. Like I said, they can do the whole thing for you: set up, cook, take down. So, and that's what kind of makes it kind of nice sometimes. Is you basically all you do is walk in, have your event, and walk out.
Correct.
And so, I mean, and sometimes that's worth it.
But you're talking about $500 to $1,000 to host an
event,
which is not. I mean, today's money, I don't think that's a whole lot compared to other venues where you have to pay. Like, because for example, like when me and my wife got married, we chose the women's club because it was a lot bigger for the amount of people, and I want to say that was a minimum $1,500, and that was just for the venue.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
for the venue. So, but you're talking about $500 to $1,000.
Yeah. And it's right in that area. As I said, it all depends on how much room you want and what you want done.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So tell us a little about like the background or the story of the Elks.
Well, when I was going to be on the podcast here, I figured I'd do a little research. I had a little inkling, but I just wanted to do a little research on how the Elks came to be. And it all started in the 1800s. A group of actors, so there was a law, I guess, in New York called the Blue Laws that prohibited anything from being open on Sundays. No social clubs, no bars, anything.
Really?
So these actors, they were doing performances on Saturdays and figure on Sundays they want to be able to let their hair down a little bit. So they all decided to meet in this apartment, one of the guys' apartments, and started having like a social club. Well, they started making a little too much noise, and they said, you guys can't do that anymore. So they rented a space and started doing it there. And it kind of grew from there. They were called the Jolly Corks because they had a little cork drinking game that they had. But as they started growing and more, people kind of caught on that this was going on, so they had more members. And actually, one member passed away, and the family needed help after he passed away. So they decided, let's form a group, a real group that we can help people in our community. So they got together, and it was between the Buffaloes and the Elks. So they were going back and forth, and they took a vote, and I think it was an even vote. And they're like, okay, we need a tiebreaker. And they actually convinced one guy to jump over to the name Elks, so that's how they became the Elks.
Okay.
So it started in New York. And again, as this kind of went on, it grew. They were helping people. They were having social events, and so it really, caught on. And so they decided to be a national organization, get a charter, and just started growing their lodges. So by the 1900s, they were all over the United States. And that's actually how we came to the Merced Lodge. So we, about the 1900s, there was the Elks members here, but the home lodge was in Fresno. And that was lodge number 439. And that's kind of long ways to travel, especially because, really this whole area, this side, there was nothing with the Elks Lodge. So they petitioned to get our own lodge. And in 1911, we got our own lodge here. So they first bought their first building at the corner of 19th and L Street in downtown Merced for $60,000.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, that was the first house. Then we actually moved to where the lodge is right now at 19th and M Street. That they purchased for cash, $60,000 back in 1920. And I did a little research. That's like $960,000 right now. Today, that's what that would be. Yeah.
Whoa, that's
so
crazy.
So, and they paid cash for it, and so that's where the lodge is right now. So that's how kind of old that building is. And I know you've been in. You guys been in. It's just really got a nice charm. It's a nice historical charm to it. And they've done a little bit of upgrades. They didn't have a kitchen, so we put the kitchen in, and I think the banquet room. The bar downstairs was redone. And then they added the.
I remember there not being a bar down there when I was younger. Like I'm talking like when I was like 10. I don't remember there being a bar. And when I get in, I was like, oh, there's a bar down here now. So.
Yeah. So and then they redid the Sky Lounge upstairs. So that's where our lodge is today. So, and we're at about 1,500 members, which we're the biggest lodge in our district by far, and I think we're like the 8th in the whole state of California. The largest being Santa Barbara.
Yes.
Like 4,000 members. I think you have a waiting list to get in. So we're very blessed that we have good participation from the community and from our members. So our lodge gets to stay open 7 days a week.
Yes.
Our lunch is 5 days, and we have Friday night dinner. But our Sky Lounge is open 7 days a week, and we have different events upstairs. Actually, now that it's football season, Sunday football, they have like a little potluck, so you can come and bring your dish and watch football with your friends and that kind of thing. So, we're like I said, we have a good thing going there, and we're proud of all our members and glad that they can come and enjoy our lodge.
Yeah, so they have the Sunday ticket as well.
Yes.
Sunday ticket, which they get all the football games.
Yes.
So they have a game room where you have separate TVs for people that want to watch a different game. They have the main Sky Room Lounge where everybody's watching like Red Zone or whatever the main game is and stuff like that, or whatever. There's different spots to do things. They got a pool room and shuffleboard. Is that right?
Shuffleboard.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool things that you can do there. So, I was telling him off the podcast while I was setting up, it's like, I used to go to the bars a lot when I was younger in my 20s, but like that's no longer who I am anymore. So that way, like when I became an Elk, I was like, okay, this is completely different than your standard dive bar. This is more of like a social lounge, is a little bit more intimate, like. It's very friendly.
Yeah.
Like
it's almost like going, like you said, like going to your friend's house.
Yeah.
Like going to somebody's backyard. And I tell people, because I do some of the interviews for membership, the more you come here, the more you become kind of a regular. I mean, you'll go in there and you'll know at least one person there. And you make friends with the staff too. I mean, all the bartenders, we know them on a first name basis, and they know us. I mean, sometimes we exchange texts and stuff like that. So it does become kind of just a family kind of bar.
That's good to have community. And so you say you guys help veterans?
We do. We like I said, one of our main focus is veterans and special needs. We actually have a veterans parade, or float that we put in the parade, and on that day, we do a free lunch for a veteran and a guest. So if you can, we open our doors, because usually it's a members only club. But on that day, we open the doors. Any veteran come in, and we will buy their lunch for that day, and we recognize them. It's kind of neat. So we have a lot of members that are veterans, so they've given us their military photos, so we put them on the TVs. My dad is a veteran too, so it's kind of, he's 83, but his Army pictures up to when he was like in his 20s.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat to see, and sometimes you don't even know some people vets are very just humble about it, Yeah. So it's kind of nice when they come up there and you can just thank them for their service. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then during the Christmas time, we do what we call wreaths across America. We actually go to every cemetery in Merced County and put a wreath on every veteran's grave. Yeah, we have it's sad to say our veterans chairman was a guy named Ken Hinn. He recently passed away, and he's going to leave a big void in our lodge. We have had John Cale. You know John Cale?
It's not ringing a bell.
Anyway, he's taken over as our veterans chair. He's a veteran himself, but he's got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But he's up for the task. But anyway, he would bring us in on Veterans Day. I mean, during Christmas, and split everybody into different areas. Each one had like 100 to 200 wreaths, and then you just go at 6:00 in the morning. We all go out together and put a wreath on, like I said, every veteran's grave. So, patriotism is a big part of being in the Elks Lodge. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've always been gravitated to, is the patriotic aspect of things. Because my grandfather, he was Air Force. He was in the Air Force here at Castle Air Force Base, and then he ended up moving down south to Madera, and he had been for as long as I can remember, he was always an Elk. He was always an Elk from as long as I can remember. And, I'm 37 now. And that's all I remember is him being an Elk, us going to events. We had his 70th birthday party at the Elks Lodge in Madera. I'm doing a lot of shout outs to Madera, but I mean, I'm starting to put that now here in Merced, where this is where, my boys will like know and everything.
And it's kind of interesting too. I mean, because we've had friends in the Madera Lodge, but they're like we're the last lodge on this side. So it's like we don't really get to socialize with them that much, because we have a lot of district events, but our closest sister lodge is Modesto, so we do a lot of things in Modesto.
Yeah.
But it seems, for me, I live in the Grand. Madera's
closer. Madera's like 20, 30 minutes
but
away
I do know some members from Madera Lodge, and so I enjoy. And we enjoy when we go to the state conventions and national conventions. We hook up and we can enjoy that. We're both Elks members in neighboring counties there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know there's a big stigma of like, the Elks is only for old people. I'm not old by any means. And there are people that are actually younger than me that are Elk members as well. So it's open for
21 years old. 21 years old. That's when I joined. It's kind of fun you say that, because we now that I'm part of the board, we kind of do some statistics, and the average age in our lodge is 62. Yeah. So it is a little older. But like I said, all my kids are members. Our youngest is 25. Our oldest is 37. And actually, so we have lodge nights, and they're each themed. And there's, in fact, this month is going to be Young Elks Night.
Okay.
And
November 18th.
Yeah, and my daughter is the chairman. So she's 25. So we kind of want to, because we want to embrace the young elk, we were talking to people. If the average age is 62, what constitutes a young elk? Is 40 a young elk? 30,
that's a good question. Yeah. So,
but anyway, so she's going to have her lodge night on the 18th, and she's doing like she want to, what do young people like? So she wants to do like a special taco bar.
Oh, nice.
So and just kind of embrace that young elks theme. Maybe have it a little cheaper cheaper price that night because sometimes young Elks don't have the money like
They're
everybody
still in
else.
college.
Yeah. So, and that's that's what college kids. She's a recent grad from UC Santa Cruz. So,
okay, nice. Good for her.
So, so she, and like I said, she jumped in with both feet. She joined, and then we were up at the bar having a drink, and somebody said, "Hey, I need a chairman for this night. Just do anybody?" And so I told Jensen, "Well, do you want to do this?
Here's your opportunity.
Yeah,
the door's knocking. Answer it."
So, and she did. And we our second year doing it. So we're proud that she does, and we help her out. My dad and I did Cinco de Mayo night for like 15 years because kind of the same thing. The old chairman just didn't want to do it anymore, so I jumped in and did it. And,
awesome.
And it was something my dad and I could do together. We actually cooked homemade carnitas. In a copper pot right outside the Elks. So we got there 10 o'clock in the morning, did all the prep work, and just sat out there and cooked carnitas. So we had homemade fresh carnitas. That was our Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. So and that's kind of what makes it cool too, is that you can, especially bring your family into it, you can kind of enjoy those things. I said, those memories that you have.
Yeah.
So I'm sure my kids will remember because I've been an Elk as long as some of them have been alive. So
last April is when I became an Elk, and then like the very next month was Mother's Day, and my wife's like, "Hey, let's go to Mother's Day." I'm like, "Okay." So we went, and everybody's like, "Hey, welcome in. We've never seen you before." But, I was like, "Oh, I just became a member literally last month." They're like, "Oh, well, welcome in, help yourself." And like the boys, I don't even know how many pancakes my boys ate that day, but they ate a lot. And they were so happy, energetic, and all of that. So, and then just like everybody, the family, the community, like of the Elks is just amazing. And I'm proud to say that I'm an Elk, and and I'm like making sure that I always put money aside so that way I have money to pay for the dues and everything like that. So
you were a sheriff in the sheriff's department?
I was the sheriff's department for 37 years. Like I said, I started in 1987 as a reserve deputy, worked my way up through the ranks to sergeant. In that time, I was a detective, undercover agent. I ran animal control for a little bit. I ran the courts for a little bit. So, I had a very good career and had a lot of experience in a lot of areas. So, I'm proud that I was able to do that and retire. How
was it to be an undercover agent?
It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, and being in a small community.
It's hard.
Yeah. So I did some of my work out of the county because you end up we were on a state task force, but sometimes I did stuff here, and only one time I got recognized. And
I was gonna say that's got to be one of the most nerve-wracking things as an undercover. So one of my dad's cousins, he was in Santa Barbara. I want to say it was Santa Barbara, and he was part of the sheriff's department, and he was deep under, but he actually came into the station. They were like police officers in that station didn't recognize it was him, and he's like, "Hey, fools, it's me!" Like, so it's one of my memories about
Well, so I was a patrol deputy, and I had gone to this house to do a patrol. I think a burglary report or something like that, and then after that, I had to, and it was a couple years later, I had to come back in an undercover capacity, and the lady's like, "I know you look familiar," and I don't think she really placed me, but she was like, "Yeah,
this is a familiar face."
Yeah.
She saw it.
So that was the only time that I tried. No, but anyway, but it's nerve-wracking, but it's kind of fun at the end when you get your bad guy. So
that's crazy. And then you said you volunteered for the fire department too?
I was a volunteer fireman before I started being a policeman. And so I have a lot of respect for our firefighters. I did that right out of high school, but kind of knew that it was the thing that kind of affected me the most, even though you see it in law enforcement, is just because you have to be in a medical capacity too, and so you were dealing with a lot of people that were really car accidents, injured, and that kind of thing. And it was kind of hard for me to do that. So I just said, I'm going to go to law enforcement, and I can direct traffic while the professors take care of that. So I'm glad I did. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed my career as a deputy sheriff. So
Yeah. And so now you serve for the city, the county?
The county. I'm a county supervisor.
Okay.
Which has been an interesting job. It's a big learning curve. Being a county supervisor, you have to wear a lot of different hats. I know a little bit about a lot of things. A lot of big concerns for the county residents is roads is a big one. Our taxes and that kind of things I get called on. We want to get a couple more parks in the county. There's certain areas in the county. In my district goes La Grande, Planada, El Nido, South Merced, Livingston, and Santa Nella. And so it's kind of a swath across the county. In fact,
Okay.
like I said, I live in LeGrand. I go to some meetings in San Antonio. It's about an hour drive one way. And San Antonio was recently added to the district, and I only knew of San Antonio as a deputy sheriff. Just go take calls for crimes in the community. But as I've gone over there and met some people, there's a community there. I mean, people just think it's a big truck stop, which it kind of is, but there is a community there with families, and so I'm trying to maybe bring that out. Trying to get a park over there. We're going to get a crosswalk so that they can cross the freeway to get some of the restaurants and things like that. So. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been a learning curve, but I'm enjoying doing it, enjoying helping people. Yeah. Kind of a little extension of my sheriff job, but on a bigger capacity. So
it's different, but it's good. Like Centinela does need that crossing.
Yeah,
it's very high.
Yes,
super high traffic.
Yeah. So now it's already on the radar. I think it's already in the planning stages. So yeah, we're excited about that.
That'd be great. Are we building any new parks in Merced?
Well, I'm working on Santa Anela. I mean, it is on a list. I don't think I think they're revamping some of them. I think O'Banion Park just got some funding. I think they're doing a groundbreaking over there. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But we are. I mean, it is. We understand that that's a big different community. In my community, I mean, like I said, LeGrand and Planada, we have our parks there, and we use them for different community events. So they're very important for communities. That's why I really want to get something in Santa Anela, because they don't have a park over there. So, but I think that's a big quality of life issue that we want to get.
It brings the community.
It does.
It brings the families together.
Yeah.
Planada Park. My parents live in Planada.
Okay.
And they always go to all the events, and they host Cinco de Mayo. They host
Community
Christmas,
Day.
Community Day. They host many events
Yeah.
throughout the year, and it brings the community. It brings the families
It
together.
really does. It really does. So yeah, it's one trying to get something up in Santa Anela. I think that would be if I do nothing else before I leave office, I want a park in Santa Anela.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm praying that you get that park in Santa Anela, because you always need some type of park, no matter how big or small the town is.
Yeah.
How often does the newsletter for the Elks comes out?
So it comes out every month. So the lodge, we do 2 lodge nights a month. They're here on the bottom. They're theme nights. We do go dark in July and August just because people are on vacation.
Yeah.
So and we put out our antlers every month. Let's see. And then we always kind of have there's always kind of an event that's going on. Like, so we had the Shrimp Feed, Oktoberfest. If you go through here, we just had what they call Steak at the Lake.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of a cool event. We go out to the lake. We rent the
Lake Yosemite.
Yeah, and we put a barbecue there, and you bring your own steak and you cook it, and that's how you want. But it's we make it family friendly so that you can bring your families out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then they also what caught my wife's attention was a mixology night, which is
Yes, we have a very
Wednesday?
I think it's on the back here. I think I highlighted it.
September 17th.
Yeah, we have very talented. I don't even call him a bartender. He is a mixologist.
Yeah, mixologist. Yeah, he's really good.
He's Paul, but yeah, he's really good. So
Paul's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He always gives me crap because I'm a Giants fan. But
same. So,
but no, he's a really nice guy. Shout out to Paul.
Yeah,
he's always serving it up for everybody.
And one of our big fundraisers too that we have bingo every Tuesday. If you come down, it's by 100 to 200 people that come down and do bingo.
There's quite a bit of people that come in on that day.
And it's, I mean, to the point, we have people join the Elks Lodge just so they could get in early to get their lucky chair. So,
really?
People take their bingo serious. They really do.
And it's kind of cool. So they have bingo, and they actually have a kitchen that night too, so you can get lunch. Or dinner while you're there, while you're playing bingo.
Did not know that.
We're starting karaoke. That'll be starting this month. Just something to do in the evenings.
What day is that?
Yeah, what day?
It's so the next one is going to be on the 27th. No, 27th.
25th.
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 Yeah.
Karaoke.
Yeah. So that'll be our inaugural night. So if you want to come down for karaoke, yeah. And we have an Elks Park. It's like an RV park out on Wardrobe. Mm-hmm. We probably about 10 years ago or so it started, and first it was just a flat piece of land. They were able to put a couple of dry camping spots out there, and planted some trees. We were able to build a kitchen and a like a picnic facility out there now. So, and that's also available for rent. We've actually moved our Father's Day picnic out there. So for Father's Day, we have a grill. We cook hamburgers and hot dogs, and you can sit under the trees. It's become quite so popular. It's actually become a destination. So a lot of Elks, retired Elks, they travel because every Elks Lodge usually has an RV park.
Yes.
But sometimes the RV park is their parking lot. So, so it's kind of nice when there's an actual RV park. It's like in the middle of an almond orchard. It's very nice and beautiful and peaceful out there. So it's actually a destination. When they're going through up and down the state, they'll say, make sure you stop at the Merced RV park.
It's actually really big for an RV park.
Yeah.
For even just a standard RV park, it's actually a really decent size.
And they've upgraded the RV spots. They've upgraded the ampers so you can get the more heavy duty RVs out there. They have a dump station now. So just all the amenities of a regular full size trailer park.
And you can also do events out there too.
Yes, that's
because I remember, was it last year? Can't remember what time frame it was, but there was they had the McSwain school.
Yes.
They had a dinner where they got, we had a table and stuff there. And matter of fact, somebody hit one of the electric poles and the power went out. So we were without power, but we had such a blast there. And like before the night went down and we got no lights, no running water, nothing because the power was out. So that part was unfortunate, but nobody really even cared. They were having so much fun.
Yeah. And the other cool, thing about being in the Elks Lodge is you can, as you travel around, you can go to the local Elks Lodge. That's kind of one thing my wife and I have done. We're trying to get something called like an Elks passport, so you can get a little book, and so you can get a sticker or a stamp or something every time you visit a lodge.
That would be pretty cool idea. I would definitely do that, and it's like, hey, what city are we in, and in the nation, anywhere in the nation.
And that's the thing with Elks. It's only national. It's only an American association, like where Rotary and Lions are international. We're strictly United States. But my wife and I have done, now that we've retired, we've done a little bit of traveling. So we've gone to, I'd say about 24 lodges, if not more. The San Francisco has a lodge, and that's lodge number 3. That's the other thing too. So we're lodge 1240, which means with a 1,240th lodge. So we have about a handful of single-digit lodges that are still open. San Francisco being lodge number 3, which is kind of neat. Sacramento has lodge number 6.
Wow.
And we've been to that one. The cool thing about the San Francisco Lodge, it's on Union Square. The lodge used to own this hotel, and that was their lodge. Had the rooms and everything. Well, they've since leased the hotel out to a company that runs the hotel, but the lodge is still on the 3rd floor.
Oh, wow.
So, and as an Elks member, you can go and you get a discount on the room. So you can get a room, but you can, go to the lodge room, have dinner, have drinks, and then you just go right back to your room.
And it's by Union Square?
It's by Union Square.
Which is just down the street from the Giants ballpark.
Yeah, so that's usually our go-to. If we're going to San Francisco, we will go and stay at the Elks Lodge and just enjoy Union Square there, and we go see a game.
I'm thinking you're giving me ideas for next baseball season.
We went to Louisville, Kentucky is lodge number 8, so we've been to that one. So that one's kind of neat. So and so usually whenever we go to whatever town we're traveling to, we'll look up the local Elks Lodge. And go in, and there,
Minnesota next week.
There you go.
I got to hit one of them
just
up.
like our lodge, it's very friendly. I mean, they're the same with the bartenders and the patrons there. They always welcome you in. Usually they'll buy you your first or second drink, and then they just like to be hospitable. We went to a lodge in Las Cruces, New Mexico. That was on an Indian reservation, so they actually had a casino attached to the lodge, which was kind of cool. So, and it's like different lodges have different little quirks that you can enjoy. So
that's cool.
Yeah. No, and it's been fun just going through, and we've had a lot of visitors come through our lodge, and you've been in our lodge, the lodge room. So the lodges have their facilities, but they also have to have a lodge room to hold their meetings. So some lodges are small, so what they do is they're like a dining room doubles as their lodge room. So we're having dinner, then everybody has to go out, and they got to rearrange the lodge room for the meeting.
Okay.
So our lodge is fortunate enough that we have a dedicated lodge room, and it's beautiful. Whenever visitors come to see our lodge, we take them to the lodge, and we're like, oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was actually pretty trippy because I'm like, I feel like I'm walking into the 1920s.
Yeah.
It's got such a rich history to it that it's just you can just feel it coming off the walls.
Yeah.
There was other past members here that who was in here? You were thinking the entire time I was getting initiated. And that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, who was in here? What history does this have? You could just feel it. It was really trippy, but awesome.
We've been there over 110 years, so you can just imagine what it's gone through that lodge. So, but all the history that's gone through it. So, yeah.
Do you know of any United States presidents that have been Elk members, if that's a thing or not?
Let's see. I actually brought that. Let's see. And actually, I was just at the Grand Lodge convention was in Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
So we visited the Kansas City, Missouri Lodge, and the Kansas City, Missouri Lodge was the lodge from Harry S. Truman.
Oh, okay.
So he had his presidential library there. So we went to his presidential library, and it mentions that he was an Elks member. Yeah.
That is amazing. I had a feeling that there was somebody, I just couldn't remember who it was. Yeah. Harry Truman.
Yeah. That was really great. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, here we go. Famous Elks. Warren Harding, Franklin Roosevelt, Harry Truman, John F. Kennedy were all Elks. Gerald Ford was at the Grand Rapids Elks Lodge. And there was one that his father was like it was Gerald Ford. His father was the Grand Exalted Ruler for 2 terms of that lodge. So
wow.
Yeah, so we've actually had some pretty famous people that Clint Eastwood is an Elk.
Did not know that.
Yeah, Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle.
Lawrence Welk, Will Rogers, Clint Eastwood, Buffalo Bill Cody. So there's been, Mickey Mantle and Whitey Ford. So it's kind of neat when you can, that you have celebrities like that are actually in the Elks Lodge.
Yeah,
too.
that's pretty
You can
cool.
just imagine walking into the lodge and, hey, it's Clint,
Yeah. Just call him by his first name.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Harry?
Yeah. So we're very proud of our lodge, and I'm very proud to be an Elk. Like I said, we do a lot of good things for the community. We do a kids Halloween party. I know we do a lot of adult stuff, but we also try to do things to be family friendly. We have a Christmas party for kids. And Elks members can put in names of their kids or grandkids, and we have a community that goes shopping at Target and gets some nice toys. And then when Santa comes, he actually calls their name.
I remember that as a kid in Madera.
Yeah,
they did that in Madera.
It's funny because my kids went through it as kids, and now their kids are there. And it's kind of cool to be there when I have a 5-year-old granddaughter, and they say, Olivia and Garcia, and they're like, oh my God, Santa knows my name. So it's really cool. So we do things for that, and we do things for the special needs kids. We have a Valentine's dance and a special bingo, just to make them feel welcome and make them feel good.
That's really good.
Yeah, and with our bingo and our RV park and the other fundraisers we do, we probably donated between $5,000 and $10,000 a month. We have requests. We sponsor baseball teams, sponsor golf, wrestling. Kids at the fair. We try to everything that's youth oriented. Boy Scouts. We just had a Boy Scout trip that we sponsored.
Oh, nice.
The Sheriff Explorers. So we try to give back to the community in the youth. Because they're the future.
And years ago, what was the game for football? Was it the Elk Bowl?
Elks Bowl.
Bowl. Yeah. So they used to do that as well.
Yeah.
I didn't get to participate in that because I think they had just stopped doing that right before I started playing football.
Yeah.
So a lot of people had commented on, I think when I was getting initiated, I know a friend of mine, he was like, I played in the Elk Bowl. So I was like, oh, dang, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was a few years older than me, but I missed it by probably 10 years.
Okay. So if anybody wants to book the room, who do they call?
They can call Jesse. I think his number's in here. Or you can just go down to the Elks Lodge and he can talk to you. Jesse Reynolds, 209-769-8068. I'll leave that with you. It's got his information there. And if anyone would like to join, you can just contact an Elks member. They'll get you an application. There's a couple of little questions on it, and then you come in for an interview. We have a little interview that you kind of go through, mostly just to explain what the Elks is all about. And then we vote on one of our lodge meetings. We'll vote on all the members that have been proposed. And once you get elected in, you'll come down for an orientation dinner, a little more in depth into what the Elks does, not only at our community but on a national level. So, and we usually invite the spouses in, just so they know what your husband's getting into.
Yeah, because my wife had to read everything for me because I just like, I'm just gonna be a member. Like that's what I did. So she's like, you got to be here for this and this. And I'm like, okay, I was just gonna let them tell me what to do. And just like I said, just to make sure that they know what you guys are getting into, or gals. We have a lot of, like I said, a lot of females. Just
so your family knows, they do a little tour of the lodge so you know what where to be. And then we actually have on lodge night, we do our initiation ritual. So you'll come down for lodge night with your sponsor and have dinner and go through about a 45 minute ritual.
Yeah, and when they say go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Because like I said, we go and have fun, but once we're in the lodge room with ritual, we take it pretty serious. I mean, there's a lot of, you can't go in and out. It's not like a party or anything. We have a ritual that you have to go through.
Yes.
But once you're done with the ritual, then you get your card and you're a member.
Yeah.
So I encourage, we're 1,500 members, but we'd always like to have more. And it's a good place to mingle and to network and just have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
I'm down for bingo.
You got to become a member to get your lucky seat.
There you go.
Anything else you would like to share?
I think that's it. I want to thank you very much for having me on and let me toot my Elks horn. The Exalted Ruler this year, our Exalted Ruler terms go from April to April. So in April, I will be going out and becoming a PER, which I'm excited about too, which is kind of, still being part of the lodge. Yeah. Step back, but I'm very proud of my tenure, not only as an Elk, but as going through the chairs. So,
today, I was going to say, today is 9/11. Right?
Yes.
So, is there something special that the Elks
yes,
do for
I'm
9/11?
sorry. I actually had it down. I meant to mention that we actually do a couple of ceremonies that are open to the public. One is a memorial ceremony we do in December for all our members that have passed. We invite all their families to come in. One of the few times we open our lodge room to the public. And today is one of them too. It's our 9/11 ceremony, kind of a somber ceremony. It's just to remember all the people that passed on that day. So if I don't know when this came out, but if you want to come down to the lodge, it's open to the public. We also do a nice Flag Day ceremony, which is open to the public, and kind of gives the history of every flag since the very first one.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it is. And I encourage a lot of kids to come in because a lot of kids don't know. They just think you would just have one flag, but it just kind of takes you through that.
Right.
So one of the few days that our lodge and lodge room is open to the public, so I encourage you to come down on any of those times and enjoy the lodge.
Yeah, so unfortunately this podcast is going to get posted after 9/11, but I just wanted to mention that this does happen every single year.
Yes.
And every single year for Flag Day,
9/11 ceremony and our memorial ceremony for our past members.
Yes. So this happens every single year. So unfortunately, like I said, this is not going to get posted till probably tomorrow, which is going to be 9/12. But I just want to touch on 9/11 a little bit more because, I remember exactly what I was doing that day, and I think a lot of people do remember. It was such a dark day in our history, and I just remember waking up that morning, and I swear I woke up very early. I was in 8th grade, and I woke up early, and I just felt this aura of just bad and evil spirits that were just around. And I went to my mother's room, and she couldn't even tell me what was going on. She just told me, look at the TV. And that's all I could remember from that day. I remember going to school, and nothing was taught that day. I remember nothing was taught that day because my woodshop teacher, which was the first period that I had was woodshop. He said, unfortunately, there are there are bad people in this world. And I'm sad that you guys had to witness such a horrific day as young 6th through 8th graders. Just we had to witness that. And we were so in tune. The first thing that we did once we got off the bus is we went to the library because we wanted to see what was going on. So that was the first experience that I've ever had seeing the news like that. So, and then we had the events that happened yesterday on 9/10, which was, the passing of Charlie Kirk. I want to give a shout out to him because he might have had different political beliefs than anybody on this planet. But what he went through was preaching the word of the Lord. I want to say thank you to him for that. And anybody that's celebrating that does not deserve to celebrate that. That's something that I never want to see anybody, political views or whatever, separate, different religious beliefs. I don't want to see anybody go through that. So I just want to say a quick prayer for him, thank you for that. So everybody that had passed away on 9/11, I pray for you guys. I'll never forget what happened that day. And I will always remember, everybody's American here. And I want everybody to be treated equally and properly. So
I agree. My story was, that's when I was being in my undercover days, and we had operations that we were going to do, and that happened, and we all got calls on our phone, come to the office now, and we just had to stay there all day, and just in case, we didn't know what was going to happen, who else was going to be attacked, we might have gone who knows where. So, and it just kind of makes the hair on my head
Yeah,
stand up
I-
right
I-
now.
yeah.
Give me goosebumps right now.
I was getting
so,
goosebumps as I was going through that. I didn't know what I was going to say, but it just the words just started flowing out.
No, I agree. And as far I try to live my mantra, my life in the mantra of just when I was a law enforcement officer. I mean, I may disagree with you, but I mean, it's my job to be just the peacekeeper and just stay neutral. I mean,
Exactly.
So,
yeah, and I do my best to try and stay neutral as possible.
No,
but, this is one of those things where
I
it's like,
agree.
hey, I'm going to show all my cards on this.
agree.
And
No, I
if I
agree.
get
I totally
reprimanded
agree.
for it, so be it. I at that point, it's just it is what it is.
Those were good words. Good words.
So I appreciate that.
Yep.
So there's one thing, and this is why I love the Elks, is we have a saying, the BPOE. What does BPOE actually stand for, and then what do we say it is?
Well, it's the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks. And that basically means we're fraternal, so we kind of take care of each other and take care of our communities. But we call it the best people on earth. So
We have
I like that one.
Yeah, best people on earth. That's how we remember BPOE.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, what is it actually? And then we're like, what do we actually
What do we
say?
call
So
it?
best people on earth.
Yeah.
I truly believe that the Elks members are the best people on earth because there's like I said, there's all different types of walks of like religions, political views. But when people go in there, it all stays there. And once we leave it there. Like,
And it's true. I mean, like being the Exalted, we've had a lot of events and things that go on, and all I have to do is ask for help, and there's like, a dozen people right there. I never have to beg anybody, please do this, please do that. Like I said, we don't have people going to the chairs. Everybody wants to be part and volunteer and just help out. And I just got to give a shout out to, all those members that do that. Every time I've needed something, there's always people there to do it. So, and it just makes a good family, even outside the Elks Lodge.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool that we can all, be together.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you for coming.
Of course. Yeah.
I'll be joining. You're already a member.
Right on, Patty.
All right,
Joining
all right.
the Elks.
So-
If I get one
sold.
more member, then we're good. Then
Sold.
If you need a sponsor, I got you.
There you
girl.
go.
All right, there we go.
All right.
So, but yeah, with that, do you have any shout outs to do?
No, that's it. Just our Elks
Come
members, and
stop by, right?
So
Check it
yeah,
out.
we would love to have you part of our Elks Lodge. Thank you.
Shout out to the Elks and
Elks.
all the past rulers and all the future rulers that will
Yes.
actually, or exalted rulers,
Yes.
I should say.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Elks. Like I said, to me, the Elks has been a huge part of my childhood. Yeah, I mean, regardless
Yeah.
that it was
Yeah.
at the Madera chapter, but
Yeah.
a lot of my memories been at the Elks. Everything that was involving the Elks, like, Father's Day,
Yeah.
Mother's Day,
Christmas,
Halloween,
Yeah.
and all of that. I love the fact that the Elks do help out the special needs, because I mean, I have a child that's I wouldn't say is on the special needs, but he is autistic. But we do have our challenges. I don't like saying that he's a special needs kid because I treat him just exactly the same as everybody else.
Yeah.
But I do know that he does need special needs. So, but a huge shout out to the Elks for everything that they do, and I just keep praying that I can be an Elk for as long as I
There you
can.
go. We'd love it.
So,
Love it.
but anyway, with that, this is episode number 31 with
All right.
Jim Pacheco from the Elks, the Exalted Ruler. Again, thank you very much for coming to the podcast. I look forward to seeing you at the Elks Lodge one of these days. I think I saw you pop in, but I was on my way out, so I didn't.
All right.
I was running home to go take care of my boys.
There you go. There you go. All
With
right.
that, anyway, we'll see you on the next episode, and God willing, we'll be getting more episodes out. I know we took a little bit of a hiatus because of the summer, and it just got super crazy for everybody. So we look forward to keep doing these podcasts. The next episode will be the Teacher of the Year from 2025. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh.
That will be coming out, I'm hoping, next week as well. So yeah, but with that said, we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.